Hi there and welcome back to week 4. In this session we're going to be talking a lot more about exercise and maximising your weight loss. Calories in versus calories out. 1 pound of fat is made up of roughly 3,500 extra calories. So in order to lose 1 pound of fat you need to create a calorie deficit of 3,500 calories.
That sounds a lot, but it's actually totally achievable. But we're going to break that down for you in a very simple way to show you how you can do that really effectively.
The example there that we have on the screen is a person that takes in about 2,500 calories a day, but they're actually only expending 2,500 calories a day. That's all your body needs, or that person needs. So because it's even, you're not actually gaining weight and you're not losing weight either. So when we're thinking about calories in, calories out, it's like a balance. So you're trying to keep everything in balance, but if you want to lose weight, you're going to have to do something about it. So there are 3 ways to create a deficit. First of all, you can eat fewer calories than you burn each day. For example, if you eat 500 fewer calories each day, every day for a week, you'll lose about 1 pound of fat. So that's simple enough to work out. You've got 500 calories for 7 days, that's 3,500 calories.
I think another way to look at it as well is if you actually cut out 100 calories a day, which is pretty small. It can be, that's not an awful lot. That's that extra biscuit that you're having. If you do that every day for a year, you will automatically lose a stone of weight. That's 14 pounds. So that's a bit of a no-brainer.
Burn more calories. That's the second way you can do this. You can burn more calories by increasing your physical activity. Again, for example, just burning off an extra 500 calories every day, you're going to lose 1 pound of fat in a week. Same calculation. There's your 3,500 calories. There's your pound of fat.
Take the steps every time.
Okay, the third way is actually just a combination of the two. So eating fewer calories and exercising more to burn more calories. So the example here that we have is cutting just 200 calories a day from your diet and burning 300 calories a day by exercising. So same calculation, but you'll still lose that pound per week. So it's up to you. What do you prefer?
Well, definitely exercise, because it does give you that tone, and all of a sudden, what you're losing, you can actually see yourself changing your actual physical shape as well as your size going down. You want to keep it so that you're actually really keeping your body strong.
Weight loss success basically is a healthy, balanced diet and exercise. I don't think there's any doubt about it. The third method is the method that we would recommend for you.
It's good for your mind as well as your body. I think it's even if you're just going out walking on a regular basis, there's such clarity that you get when you go for a walk, and it's just time to sort of reflect on things, and it's a great way to sort of it's your time. I think exercise allows you to do that.
Okay, in this slide we're looking at the amount of calories that you're burning. So if you're a female, 140 pounds, you can see there the different levels of activity allow you to burn different amounts of calories. So you can go up to running at 8.5 miles per hour, which is pretty fast for 30 minutes, and you can burn off 545 calories, or you can walk at a moderate pace and burn 94 calories. So you can see yourself, it varies very much.
I think it's just important to remember that you stay with something or do something that you enjoy doing, because then your level of consistency and the chances of you continuing to do it are much higher. Go to a dance class if you like salsa, or a Zumba class. Do something.
Zumba's great.
Yeah, it is. It's fantastic. We also have a video as well that you will be able to learn all the different Zumba moves, and you can click on that. It's one of our resources. So.
This slide shows the example of how long it will take you to burn off something as innocuous as a small packet of crisps. It could take 39 minutes brisk walking to burn that packet of crisps off.
Well, it does. When you know that kind of information, it does make you think twice about having it, doesn't it?
Yep, certainly does. So when it comes to it, up to 80% of actually what you look like is down to what you eat. You're thinking about that packet of crisps there, but it takes an awful lot of effort, doesn't it, to burn that off. So we want you to stick with your 3 low GI, low calorie sort of meals a day, plus healthy low GI snacks. and you'll be absolutely fine.
Absolutely, and remember, you can have your treats. I think that the whole pressure of denying yourself is not a good thing. So look at it as a realistic, as we've said before, it's small changes that you're doing, and that's much more achievable.
If you say you can't be bothered exercising, unfortunately, you will actually end up losing a combination of both fat and muscle. So what you are doing when you're exercising, you're building muscle and therefore burning more calories even when you're resting.
And also you take on a much better shape as well. You feel stronger, and that's really, really important as well.
Look, so many benefits. This is an example of the amount of fat, the equivalent amount of muscle, both weighing 5 pounds. Can you believe 1 pound of fat burns 2 to 3 calories a day only?
And 1 pound of muscle burns 50 calories a day, and that is at rest. So, that's got to be an incentive for you to understand, any small amount of exercise where you're exchanging muscle for fat, it's going to have huge ongoing benefits for you.
So what we all want to do is build more muscle through exercise.
Exactly.
Other benefits, there are so many, but let's just go through a few. Up to 35% lower risk of coronary heart disease and stroke, up to a 50% lower risk of type 2 diabetes, up to a 50% lower risk of colon cancer, up to a 20% lower risk of breast cancer, 30% lower risk of early death, up to an 83% lower risk of osteoarthritis.
That's amazing, actually, and a lot of the exercises there you want to be doing strength training, because that really focuses on the osteoarthritis, so a lot of strength training is very good at combating that particular one.
Up to a 68% lower risk of hip fracture, a 30% lower risk of falls among older adults, 30% lower risk of depression, and up to a 30% lower risk of dementia.
Okay, that's really good information. I think it's good to have that, at the front of your mind as to the benefits of why you're out there doing it, as well as looking good.
Okay, there are 3 different types of exercise.
Okay, well, I'll just go through each one. There's flexibility exercises. Really, it's very important that that you can bend down and touch your shoelaces. There's no point in being able to run 10K and not have the flexibility of being able to move freely within your muscles and your joints. So there's lots of different exercises that you can do. Ballet, you're probably, if you're in your 40s or 50s, are not going to take that up, but you have the choice of Pilates classes. Stretches that you can do at home, just get yourself a book, or you can actually join a class, a nice gentle hatha yoga, and if you want to go for something a little bit more, demanding, then you try Bikram yoga. So there's so much out there, but it's such an important part of your fitness regime. Cardiovascular, exercising, that's getting your heart rate right up there. You can either do stuff at home, or you can go to the gym. If you're home, you can incorporate jogging, dancing, stuff like going out and doing the gardening or washing your dog. There's lots of different things that you can do. Vacuuming, as you're always saying,
Put some effort into it.
Yes, exactly. Clean those windows.
Wash your own car, hang out the washing, bend and stretch. That's what my mum says.
Yeah, put the effort in and it will be rewarded.
A couple of cardio training guidelines for you. Just aim for a minimum of 3 days a week with no more than 2 days off between sessions. But you're going to work your way up to 5 or 6 days a week. Keep the intensity level at a moderate level, not too easy, not too hard, always changing. Changing up, that's really important. Aim for a minimum of 20 minutes per session, gradually working up to 60 minutes. But you don't actually have to do all 60 minutes at once. You can actually do several 10-minute mini workouts throughout the day and add them up for the same benefits.
Yeah, and I think that's great information for anybody that does have a busy day, or a lot of young kids, or just commitments elsewhere. You can fit in 10 minutes in the morning, 10 minutes in the afternoon, and just whenever works for you. You can be much more flexible, and the benefits are very much still there. Strength exercise. There's 2 different types of strength exercise. You have isotonic and isometric, and it's really important to understand that with the likes of strength exercises, you are combating so many different diseases, like we said, osteoarthritis. It really is the strength exercise that's going to combat that particular ailment. So it's got to be a really important part of your workout routine. Isometric is whenever you're working your body against itself, like lunges, plies, push-ups, sit-ups, and all stuff that you can do at home. And if you are a gym bunny, you can go and you can do your weights at a gym, and you can sort of work on, I would say, starting off at 2K up to 3K. Higher reps to begin with. You're not going to really bulk up unless you're lifting really, really heavy weights. But I think, start small, high reps, and then you can, your last 2 or 3, you really want to feel that you're challenging your muscle. If you're throwing them up and down and you're getting to, 20, 25 reps, you need to up that weight for your strength capacity.
A lot of ladies would say to me, Julie, that I don't want to build big muscles. What would you say to them?
I think it's almost impossible for you to really bulk out unless you're going for, high, heavy-ended weights, and really you're not. That's just not going to happen to you. It's going to be a very moderate level of strength training, and what you'll see is a really nice tone and reshaping of your body and your muscles, not bulking. But incorporated with stretching, you want to keep your muscles long and lean. So when you do the strength, you're contracting, and when you incorporate that with your stretching, you're getting shape into the muscle.
A couple of other guidelines for you for the strength training. Start by training 2 days a week and gradually build it up to 3 days a week with at least 1 day of rest in between each sessions to allow your muscles to recover. Start with 2 to 3 exercises for the lower body, 2 to 3 exercises for the upper body, and 1 to 2 core exercises, which Julie will take you through in the extra videos, exercise videos. Start with 1 set of each exercise, a set being either 8, 10, 12, 15 repetitions, nice and slow and steady, and work up to 2 sets, then 3 sets. Rest or stretch for 10 seconds to a minute in between each set.
Well, a minute is quite a long time. I suppose that depends on what kind of level of training you've been doing before you've started. I would say that the fitter you become, the less you need to rest in between, but always 10 to 20 seconds just to,
recover.
Your recovery rate.
Never hold your breath during the exercises. Always exhale when exerting force.
And the more oxygen you take in, the more calories you burn. That has got to be an incentive for anybody to breathe.
And pay attention to proper form and technique so that you don't get any injuries. When selecting a weight, it should be heavy enough that you feel the muscle working and the difficulty increasing as you get to the 15th repetition. If you get to the 15th and think, that was a cinch, then it's probably time to increase the weight.
No, absolutely. One other thing, it is so important to keep the strength exercising 2 to 3 days a week, particularly as you get into your late 20s and 30s, because you tend to lose between 2 to 3% of muscle mass after the age of 21, 22. So you can be the same weight as you are when you're 18 as when you're 80. One is muscle, one is not. So that strength training is going to sort of combat that deterioration of the natural deterioration of muscle mass. It's so important to keep it as part of your regime.
Different training methods that are available to you. First of all, continuous training. That's just one exercise continuously, obviously, for 20 to 60 minutes. A bit boring, if you ask me, but
I think for a lot of people, unless you're a really dedicated runner, the very thought of going out and doing, a 20-minute run just is a nightmare. Anything over 2 minutes is really quite daunting. I think for the idea of losing weight, it's better to go for interval training or circuit training and keeping it at a class or a level that you're happy with and not feeling that you're out of your depth. But it's a bit like turning your heat on and off. If you actually turn your heat on and off, you're going to expend and burn off an awful lot more energy than if you keep it running constantly. So the same as with the effect on your body. Interval training, you're bringing your heart rate up and down and expending an awful lot more energy and getting right into your fat stores. So I definitely would be going for the interval training or the circuit training if it's weight loss you're looking for. And keeping it interesting. So with the cross training, you can vary that circuit training or interval training to be something that you either do with a friend or you do it on your own or you go to a class. Keep it something that is going to incentivize you to want to go. Don't keep doing the same thing all the time.
Yeah, even if you are going for a walk, sort of increase your pace, decrease. Walk backwards, walk forwards.
Go up a hill,
go down a hill. It's constantly changing. It's got to be interesting, got to be fun. Play some music in your ears, just enjoy it. So does your exercise program combine all 3 exercise types? If it doesn't, think now. What are you going to change? When are you going to add it to your program? What's the structure? Work out your weekly program and stick with it.
And just remember to keep it interesting and be realistic about your goals.
Finally, just add some exercise to your daily routine, even if it is just changing the way you get into work, whether or not you park further away. At home, clean your own windows or car.
Always take the stairs. I mean, it's such a simple one, but it's such an easy one to press the button in the elevator. Just go to the where it says staircases and take it. I mean, I'm not expecting you to walk up to the 20th floor by any means, but if it's certainly within the third or fourth floor, I think that's acceptable. And in commercials, TV commercials, get up, go and wash the dishes in between, go upstairs, do something for that 3 minutes for the commercial. Anything is good.
Okay, that's it for now. You can look at the exercise videos and certainly have a go at see which ones are suitable for you.